I'm going to ask your consent. It's only me and my voice, not you or your screen at all. And then when you are ready for today's practice, we'll want a yoga strap or a long dish rag or a winter scarf or a bathrobe, something like that. Granted, if nothing like that is available to you today, it's not a huge deal. It's for a very small part of our practice. Don't stress it. When you are ready, let's meet seated wherever you are. I have a kitchen chair here today. But it doesn't matter, side of the bed, the couch, an ottoman, a bench, all roads lead here, Miss Onyx. All right, and when you are ready, we'll find our seat, and then we're gonna scoot forward to the edge of our seat. So you're gonna shimmy forward until you sort of are sitting what feels like on the edge of your seat. And what that is the sits bones catching on the edge of the seat and tilting the pelvis. So you might feel the belly roll forward just a little bit as the vertebra of the low back align. And then from here, on an inhale, you might just press some length through the top of the head. As you exhale, let those shoulders melt, finding our seat. From wherever you are, check in with the pads of the feet. Are they firmly planted? Sometimes it can feel nice if our chair is high to place blocks up under the pads of the feet so they have this secure base. And when you found your seat, let's check in with our body. So we'll allow our gaze to go fuzzy maybe, or our eyes to close if that feels right. And then let your mind drop into your body. What does your belly feel like right now? How does it feel to breathe into your belly? We're just here to notice. Maybe the belly feels tight and achy. Maybe it feels loose and stretchy as you breathe. Maybe it feels soft and gentle. We're just here to notice. We're not here to evaluate. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just our belly. And then we'll take a few cleansing breaths. So on your next inhale, send your breath down deep into the belly. Feel that inhale stretch and expand that space. And then when the body is full, exhale, release the breath. Can you let it trickle from the lungs? Before once more taking a deep cleansing breath into the belly, into the body, and letting it go. Let's do 2 more of those with the mouth or the nose, doesn't matter. What matters is that deep stretching sensation, the expansion that you feel, and then letting that exhale seep slowly from the body. You can continue these cleansing breaths if they feel nice, or you might once more return to your natural inhale and exhale and just notice how it feels in the belly once more. Beautiful. From here, we'll warm up the neck using isometric exercises. This is where we engage muscles, but we don't actually move anything. So bringing the palms together in Anjali Mudra, so a prayer mudra at the heart center. We're going to lift the thumbs up towards the third eye. So I'm placing my thumbs against my third eye center, the space between my brows. And then the isometric exercise is this. I am pressing my forehead directly into my thumbs as I press my thumbs directly back into my forehead. So it's this equal and opposite pressure that engages the muscles of the neck. And as we do this, as we hold this gentle pressure, and it's not so much pressure that we're shaking, it's not so much pressure that it hurts, but enough pressure to feel the engagement through the arms, through the neck, and then can you soften through the jaw and the throat? Can you release any tension in the belly? Let the belly soften here as you breathe in deep Our goal is to allow the muscles of the neck to engage, the muscles of the arm to engage, but to relax everywhere else in the body. When we're concentrating, learning new things, putting in effort, we tend to shallow or hold the breath. And so we're retraining our body here to breathe in deep, to take in that good oxygen, even while we're putting in effort. And then when you're ready, release that pressure, bring the palms down towards the heart center. For a moment, we just acknowledge how the body feels, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, and then we'll find the same isometric effort by lifting the left hand and placing the heel of the hand against the left side of the head. And you might find it at the temple. If the temple is sensitive, you might slide the whole of the hand down to the side of the face. So you decide. And then when you're ready, that equal and opposite pressure yet again of the left or the right side of the head, excuse me, I've been using the wrong terms this whole time, pressing directly into the palm as the palm presses directly back. And you might notice the muscles along the side of the neck engaging. You might even bring your opposite hand over here to the side of the neck just to lay fingers on it and notice that muscle engagement. And then you might allow the fingers to travel to the opposite side and you might notice there's not nearly as much engagement. So this is just sensory feedback. The more that our brains explore the movement that our body is doing, the more ease in which we find that movement. Wild, right? So here we are just feeling with our fingertips, acknowledging what is and is not engaged. When you're ready, release that hand, relax all effort for a moment. Take a moment to feel sensation in the body. Is it a floating? Is it a burning? Is it an aching? Is it a buzzing or a warmth? We just notice without a good or a bad, without enough or not enough. We just allow as it is. And then when you're ready, opposite hand reaches up. We find that equal and opposite pressure yet again, relaxing once more through the jaw, the throat, the tongue, softening all the way down into the belly space. And then once more, if you'd like, take that opposite hand and just notice the muscle engagement along the side of the neck, exploring the left and right side. You might notice differences and you might not. We're just here to explore. And sometimes I feel like we don't really understand what that means in our yoga practice. When we explore, when explorers go exploring, we don't expect them to know where they're going. We don't expect them to know exactly what it's going to be like when it gets there, when they get there. That is part of the exploration. They get it wrong. They make mistakes. Their expectations fall short. And our yoga practice is the same. We explore. We make mistakes. We find shapes that don't feel good in our body and we make changes. We allow ourselves to get it wrong. We give ourselves that freedom. When you're ready, release that pressure. Let the neck relax. Once more, we note sensation. Beautiful. That alone is deeply regulating for the nervous system. From here, grab your yoga strap, your winter scarf, whatever that you have chosen, maybe nothing. But from here, we'll do one more exercise to warm up the neck. And this is a fun one. Some folks really love it. Some folks feel neutral about it. And this is your opportunity to explore how you feel. You're going to take your strap, your scarf, whatever it is, and at the midline, we're going to place it over our neck. And then here's where it gets tricky. We're going to grab opposite strap with opposite hand. So I'm crossing my arms across my chest. I'm grabbing the strap. And then the left arm is going to reach up and the strap is going to plant on the right side of the head, right? So I've lifted up my left arm. The strap is cradling the right side of my head. My right arm is going to take the strap down along my chest and just hold it here as an anchor. So the right arm becomes an anchor and the left arm becomes what moves the neck. So this anchor here of this right hand is going to stay around your heart, around your chest. You're going to take your left hand and you're slowly going to cross it over towards the right. And the neck is going to turn. And as you turn, if we want to get an even deeper twist with the neck here, we're going to loosen this strap with our right arm. We're going to let the strap slide just a little bit up as we pull with this left hand. Ooh. So that sliding of the strap allows the strap to really focus this twist on the cervical vertebra, our little atlas vertebra, right at the top there. And you might continue to rotate the neck, looking behind that left shoulder. And then release, come back to neutral, drop that strap. Let's switch sides. Woo. Now, your right arm picks up the strap across the left side of the face. Your left hand holds the anchor down by your chest. When you're ready, that right arm sweeps over towards the right, our gaze turning towards the right. And then if you would like, you might release your anchor just a little bit, turning the neck even further with that right arm and that strap. Breathing into the belly here. Noticing if the breath has shallowed or if we're holding it, and giving ourselves permission to let that be okay. We can only spin so many plates at once, right? So if we're learning a lot of new things, if we're trying to figure out a lot of new sensations, we'll check in with the breath. We're not going to be hard on ourselves for holding it. We're just going to take a deep breath into the belly and let it all go. When you're ready, release, come back to neutral. We'll set the strap aside for now, warming up the shoulders and the spine. On an inhale, sweep the arms out and up, pressing through those fingertips, gaze follow skyward. Exhale, palms towards the heart. Let's do this twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, palms towards the heart in Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. From here, we're going to find a forward fold, but I first like to make space for my belly. So you might fold forward and have plenty of space just as you are. For me, I check in. I'm going to heel till my feet out a little wider so that I can tuck my belly between my thighs. And then to find our forward fold, on an inhale, once more, we press long through the top of the head. On an exhale, the heart center surrenders forward nice and slow, and you might use your palms on top of your thighs as anchors as you lower the heart. You might simply press down through the pads of your feet, let the arms hang heavy, find yourself in this fold. And then once you get down here, wherever here is, if it feels nice, you might let the neck and the head hang heavy. And give yourself permission, right? If you want to place the hands back on the thighs to support the low back, do it. We just take time, really pressing through the pads of the feet, softening through the low back, letting the top of the head hang heavy towards the earth. And then on an inhale, we'll rise up into flat back. So flat back, two options here. You can either press the palms against the shins as we press long through the top of the head, or you might press the palms on top of the thighs. This supports the low back a little more. This one down here is going to engage your abdomen and your low back. So decide where you want to be and breathe, but ensure that you're pressing down through those pads of your feet, right? The legs are engaged. On an exhale, lower the heart center back down, nice and slow. Take your time, let the head hang heavy. Be here for a moment or two. And then on an inhale, we'll start by pressing down through the pads of the feet, using that strength to lift up through the top of the head, sweeping our arms out wide. On an exhale, palms towards the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Let's start a little flow here. And we're really going to focus on pressing down through the pads of the feet each time that we rise. If we use the strength of our abdomen and low back alone, it can cause pain, especially in the low back. So your legs, the pads of your feet are your strong anchors, your strong foundations as we move through this flow to protect our core. It also gives you that nice booty, right? So here we go. On an inhale, sweep the arms out and up, gaze follows. As you exhale, lower those arms down. We're going to come into a fold, heart first. Let the head hang heavy as you will. On an inhale of your choice, rise up to your version of flat back, pressing long through the top of the head. Exhale, right back down, pressing through the pads of those feet. On an inhale, we rise up, sweeping the arms out. Exhale, palms towards the heart center. Beautiful. Wonderful. Let's do it again. Inhale when you're ready, sweeping those arms out and up. Exhale, bow the heart. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, bow once more. We're really using those legs, the pads of your feet. On an inhale, sweep the arms out wide. We rise. Exhale, palms towards the heart center, and then let's lean the heart center forward into chair. We're doing Utkatasana in an Utkatasana, in chair. So this looks like this. I'll turn towards the side so you can see me. We plant the pads of our feet, palms at the heart center. We're leaning the heart center forward, pressing to the top of our heads. And then we're really focusing on driving down through the pads of your feet, almost like you want to lift your booty up off the chair, but we're not going to quite lift it up. So pressing down through the pads of your feet, you might feel the quads engage. You might feel the calves engage. We continue to press to the top of the head, lifting that energy up through the heart, through the head. And then on an exhale, surrender nice and slow to a fold. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale back down to the fold. And then on an inhale of your choice, pressing through the feet, sweep the arms out wide, we rise. Exhale, palms towards the heart center. Beautiful. Let's do our flow one more time, adding in chair with a twist, really focusing on using the strength in our legs to protect our abs and low back. When you're ready, on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, find your half lift, your flat back. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, sweep the arms out, press through the feet, we rise. Exhale, palms towards the heart, lean into chair. From here, on an inhale, press length through the top of your head once more. As you exhale, turn towards the right. Now you might take your left hand, placing it on your right knee, and you might sweep your right arm behind you, allowing the gaze to follow into a twist. So this is a closed twist. You can use this left arm as an anchor on that right knee to help turn the heart center. And then when you're ready, release, come back to neutral. Let's rise up. We'll do that flow one more time, finding our twist on the opposite side of chair as we end. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold with the heart. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, press through the feet, sweep the arms out, we rise. Exhale, leaning into chair. Inhale, find that length through the top of the head. Exhale, twist towards the left. Right arm maybe finds that left knee or thigh. Left arm might sweep behind you. And then you might take a deep inhale here, noticing how it feels in the rib cage and the belly. And then as you deeply exhale, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, noticing if that invites you any further into this rotation. And then when you're ready, release. Beautiful. Let's come back down into the fold. Our last time down here. Inhale to flat back, pressing through the pads of the feet. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, Samastiti, palms towards the heart center. A beautiful sun salutation flow in chair this morning. Wonderful. We're going to warm up our obliques, our lateral spine here, and our hips by finding ourselves in goddess pose. For goddess pose, I'm heel-toeing my feet out wide, opening up the hip area. The knees track with the toes. Now the toes might be more pointed at a 45-degree angle, maybe all the way over in that 90-degree angle. There's no wrong way to be. We bring comfort to the knees and the ankles, however. And then once more, inhale, length through the top of the head. As you exhale, let those shoulders melt from the ears. Now, this is quite a bit of effort, opening this up. We're going to open up our shoulders as well. On an inhale, reach those arms out and up. As you exhale, interlace the fingers or place one palm on top of the other at the back of the head. So from here, we're going to do our isometric neck work by pressing our neck directly back into our palms as our palms press directly back into the back of our head. And this is just engaging just a bit. We're breathing into the belly here. We're really opening through the hips, those knees tracking over the toes. And then you might squeeze the shoulder blades together as you do this. As much or as little feels good in your body. And then keeping that gentle pressure on the back of the head. If you want to turn this into a deep vagal stim, take a decent and deep look towards your right side. So you're just really looking over towards that right elbow like you want to view it out of the corner of your eye. And then relax through the belly and the throat. We'll take 3 big breaths here, filling the body all the way up, letting it go. And as you look towards the right, if you feel a temptation to yawn, go for it. To stretch, go for it. And then from here, we'll release the effort in the back of the head, turn our gaze towards neutral. We'll keep our elbows open, interlacing our fingers at the back of the head. And then we're going to do some lateral side work. So on an inhale, pressing through the top of the head. As you exhale, we're going to lower our right elbow towards our right knee. Nice and slow. Now we're going to rise back up by pressing through the pad of our right foot and lifting. Once more on an inhale, find length, tall and long. Exhale, opposite side. That elbow towards the knee. And then when you're ready to rise, we press down through the pad of this foot to lift. And then let's just move with our breath. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lean. And with each inhale, we're pressing through the pad of that foot, engaging the whole of the leg, protecting the body, the muscles, further opening the hips. We'll do this once more on either side. As much or as little feels good. And then on an exhale, release those arms, heel, toe, the legs back together. Let's find one more twist. So from here, we'll take a simple seated twist and one of my favorites. On an inhale, sweep those arms out and up. As you exhale, right hand comes to left knee or thigh or hip or belly. Left arm plants behind you. So if you have the back of your couch, the back of your chair, you might grab that. If it doesn't exist, we just sweep those fingertips back behind us. And then we'll turn our heart and our gaze over that left shoulder as well. And I'm using my right arm yet again as an anchor to help turn my rib cage, to turn my heart center in the same direction as my gaze. And then breathe in deep. And you might, with each inhale, breathe length into the spine. And with each exhale, surrender a little more deeply into this twist. You might simply just hang out here and breathe, noticing how the breaths shift sensation in the body. What stretches with each inhale or softens with each exhale. And then when you're ready, release, roll back to neutral, nice and slow. Beautiful. Once more on an inhale of your choice, sweep those arms out and up. As you exhale, switch sides, finding your anchor points, and then encouraging the heart center to turn with your gaze over that right shoulder. Breathing into the body, playing with this posture and stillness by really just allowing your mind's eye to sit with the breath. Whether your breath brings length and depth to this twist, or whether you're just hanging out with sensation, noticing the ebb and flow. It's all powerful interoception work. And it's through this work that we learn the language of our body, that we learn to trust ourselves and what we know, just by feeling and breathing into spaces like this. When you're ready, release from this twist. We'll find a minute or so of our final Shavasana to end our practice. And for final Shavasana, we're looking for ultimate ease. And so I scoot as far back on my chair as I can. I rest the length of my spine on the supports behind me, and then I just let everything else hang. And you might do the same. Heck, if you're near the ground or in bed or a couch, you might just lay down. But we'll take a minute to allow the gaze to diffuse or the eyes to close. Let the shoulders droop, the arms hang heavy. Once more, we soften through the belly, now the hips and the thighs, relaxing all the way down through the calves, the ankles, and the toes. You might feel that softness, that relaxation trickle on down through your fingertips even. Checking in with the jaw and the tongue, we let them find ease one last time in our practice. Knowing it's in this stillness that we really train our mind to find that same stillness. And oftentimes we're bad at it. And as the body is still, the mind is busy. And that's okay, it's natural. So we invite the mind into the breath to notice how even in stillness, when our effort dial is turned down to 0, that there's still so much movement and sensation and rolling through the body, the ebb and the flow with the breath. And it's through stillness and repeated gentle refocusing of the mind on these little sensations that we train our mind as a tool towards stillness, just like the body. When you're ready, we'll begin to awaken the body, a gentle wiggle in the fingers. You might rub your thumb against your fingertips, noticing the sensation that arises. You might, on an inhale, choose to sit up tall, pressing through the top of the head, stretching the arms out, moving the toes, the ankles, the legs. We invite an awakening in whatever way brings delight. And so if you are stretching and moving, flowing in whatever way feels good, in somatics, we call it pandiculation, and it releases a ton of dopamine to just explore this reawakening of the body. And so if when you wake up in the mornings, or if you wake up from a nap, you're looking for an extra dopamine dose, take a moment to stretch and move and feel, and you'll get that hit. All right, y'all. Thank you for practicing with me. Normally I end with palms at the heart center and Anjali Mudra, and so if you would like, you're welcome to. Our practice, slow, sweet, challenging, deep, and all the more lovely because we got to do it together. Thank you for spending time with me, healing our mind-body connection, releasing this chronic tension from the body, and getting to know ourselves deeply in stillness and in movement. The light in the dark in me, my friend, sees the light in the dark in you, and we are the friggin' same, and we are trying our best, and our best is enough. Your best is enough. It's messy and chaotic and enough. I know, because mine is too. All right, I'm gonna take it off recording. Do, do, do.